Lauren gives birth at 18, but her boyfriend throws her out because of the huge mark on her baby's face. Years go by, and Lauren regrets her decision every day until a bad accident changes everything. Will she get to see her son again? Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video with your friends. It might brighten their day and inspire them to do good. Also, keep watching because an important lesson awaits at the end of the video. "Here's your baby, cute and healthy," said the nurse, handing Lauren a little bundle wrapped in hospital blankets. Lauren looked at her baby, and the first thing she noticed was the big dark mark cutting across his forehead and ending right below his nose. She hated it. Lauren was 18 and had just given birth to a new baby boy. She had not been ready for a child, but life had happened, and here she was. Days later, she was discharged and left the hospital for the trailer home she shared with her boyfriend, Jake. She was hoping he would step up and be a responsible father to their baby, and it seemed as much when he opened the door for them. He took their baby in his arms and parted the blankets. In sheer horror, he shouted, "What did you bring home? Why is his face like that?" Before Lauren could answer that it was a birthmark, he screamed, "That cannot be my child." "Please, Jake, it is your child. You know that." Jake would not listen. "No child of mine could bear such an ugly face. Get out," he screamed, handing Lauren her baby. She was at a loss. What would she do? She and Jake had lived at the trailer house for almost a year, and it was the only place she could call home. Where would she go? She sat beside the steps and sobbed, begging Jake to let her in. But he only banged the door harder in her face. Resigned, she started walking away. Dark would soon set in, and with a baby in her arms, she knew she had to find shelter fast. She walked for hours, lost in thought. Should she abandon the baby? After all, she had no money to cater to both their needs. She had made up her mind. She would leave her child at the next residential estate she came across. A few minutes later, she came across a cute little home. She checked to her right and left to ensure no one saw her. She then laid her baby carefully near the door of a residential house and bolted. 30 years later, Lauren worked at a construction site. The nature of her job had stolen her youth, and she looked tired and frail. Life had not been good to her, but she carried on, a day at a time. Her job was challenging, but even more daunting was seeing mothers pass by laughing and playing with their children. The sight always brought her to tears as she wondered about the baby she had abandoned decades back. One day, as she stared regretfully at children playing in the park across the road, she missed her step and fell, injuring her back. The pain that followed was unimaginable, and she screamed until she ran out of air. The pain was so excruciating that she passed out and woke up days later in a hospital. She had a brace on her back and could still feel pangs of pain here and there, but nothing she could not manage. She remembered how it had all gone down and wished she had kept her baby. Could it be punishment for abandoning my baby? She wondered, tears welling up in her eyes. Just then, Dr. Wyatt, who had saved her life, entered the room, and Lauren immediately noticed the mark on his face. The doctor was her son. He was the child she had abandoned 30 years ago. She could not hold her excitement, and the doctor quickly noticed. "You appear to be in a good mood, Miss Lauren." "Oh, doctor, don't mind me. I'm just happy to be alive," she lied, unwilling to open up about what caused the excitement. After the doctor checked her, Lauren asked him about himself, and the two got talking. She discovered that wonderful parents had adopted him, but because of his busy schedule and the fact that they lived on the other side of town, he never got to spend much time with them. Lauren knew exactly what she would do if only to show appreciation to them for raising her baby. Once she recovered, she visited the address where the doctor said his parents lived and noticed how unkempt their yard looked. She started coming to clean it every day, sometimes bringing flowers. One day she gathered the courage to knock on the door and was surprised when they welcomed her warmly. She told them her story and asked them to beg for forgiveness from their son as she was too ashamed to do it herself. She told them she only wanted to know what kind of childhood Wyatt had. They asked her to come to dinner if she wanted to learn more about her son. She left their home enthused and looking forward to the dinner invitation. However, when she knocked on their door that evening, she was shocked to see that Wyatt, too, was present. Wyatt's parents had filled him in, and when she came to the house, he stood up and embraced her. Lauren cried on his shoulder for a long time before composing herself. It was a beautiful reunion. They enjoyed a lovely dinner, and when they were done, Wyatt's adoptive mother brought out a small box filled with photos from Wyatt's childhood. How did she miss all these? She wished she could have been in her child's life. Lauren begged for forgiveness, and Wyatt told her he understood why she did what she did, adding that he had long forgiven her. It was a new dawn for Lauren and Wyatt to start a new relationship, despite so many years having passed. The good doctor was grateful he had two wonderful mothers and declared he had forgiven Lauren.